house sitting for. They basically had a projection TV system with a Laserdisc player. So I'm not too unfamiliar with Laserdiscs.
Yeah, I'm just watching Terminator Letter 2 again. Talking about Laserdiscs and stuff. Just let me switch the monitor on here so I can make sure I'm in the picture. Some light happening here. A lot more light happening here. Okay. Studio time. The date is Tuesday, November 23rd right now. Just wanted to say, I must confess I was kind of getting out of video, temporarily, don't worry, for a while, just to sort of familiarize myself with the computer, namely the Amiga at the office. I kind of had to take time out because there was a lot to learn, you know, as I'm sure you're finding out, learning about the toaster and stuff. I hope that's going well, by the way. Anyway, we're just talking about Laserdiscs there, and I thought I'd update you on the Laserdisc situation here. I have here Laser Views magazine, video magazine, which has, of course, monthly reviews of the latest in Laserdiscs and videotapes. Laser News, which is a publication from Pioneer, the leading Laserdisc manufacturer. Latest catalog from 01 Laser and Video. Check it out. And of course, there's our pal Arnie. And in addition to that, this is kind of a nice cover. The latest catalog from Laserdisc Enterprises. So, rest assured, I'm back in the video world full swing. Oh hell, I wouldn't be doing this video letter if I wasn't now, would I? But don't worry, the video letters are going to keep coming. They will not stop. Matter of fact, just when I was watching your video letter and when I was reviewing the stuff I had shot for this one, just to see what I had shown you and so forth, I started getting some ideas for video letter 12 that I think you'll like. I've been meaning to put a tape of Amiga tunes together for you as well, actually. Maybe I'll do that for this, to send along with this one. Or maybe, probably the next one, because I want to get this one in the mail fairly soon. Yeah, did you get that information I sent about the new Amiga 4000? I don't know if you've been getting the Amiga World magazine or not, but I'd highly recommend it. Like if you're into like the video toaster stuff and just animation, computer animation on the Amiga and so forth in general, I'd highly recommend it. It's a very good magazine. Those parts for the Amiga, the chips that I was telling you about, they still haven't come in, and I'm kind of irritated by that. I mentioned to you a little earlier on this tape actually that I was going to give you sort of an inside look at the Amiga, just to sort of familiarize you with some of the inner workings of it, like the hardware aspects of it, just so that you'll be able to see as clearly and crisply as possible everything I'm talking about and everything I'm pointing out to you. I'm going to send you an 8mm tape of that, okay? Yeah, they've got some shorter length tapes at the office. We'll just put together like a little 15-minute thing or 10-15 minute thing or whatever, just pointing out what everything is and what it does and so forth, and just so you know. I'll probably wait till we get those parts though, so that I can show you like the actual things and so forth. But yeah, I'm going to send you that on an 8mm tape, so it'll be nice and crisp and clear, like clearer than VHS, so that you'll be able to see like fairly clearly. I mean, you shouldn't have any trouble hooking up your camera to watch it, so I think that's one of the basic skills you and I know, you know. Well, I'm eagerly awaiting video letter 3. Have been for a while now, actually. May, June, July, August, September, October. Well, it's been 8 months. The last one you made me wait 9 months for, so I don't know, you're going to make me wait another month to keep it with the chronology there. Well, I realize, like, you've had a lot of mishaps in the past. Like, in the first video letter, your camera kept on breaking down, and then in the second video letter, your VCR broke down, and your monitor exploded, and your camera was having sound problems, and all sorts of stuff. And of course, video letter 2 also got erased at one point, I remember you mentioned. That's why I refer to it as the mishap-laden video letter 2 in a recent letter to you. Yeah, what else did I send in that package of articles? Oh yeah, I sent 3 articles, did I not? I sent the article about the Amiga 4000, the editorial about the Amiga 4000, a little article about rotoscoping I thought you'd find interesting. I've personally always wondered what rotoscoping meant, and now I know. Basically just tracing over live action and doing animation that way. Oh, speaking of animation, I never did finish that animated short I was going to send into that contest. Yeah, I hardly even started. I got, like, I think one little 30-frame animation done, and that was it. And that was really just an experiment, just to try it out, really. It wasn't really a finished piece of animation to be used in it. Oh yeah, and I also sent you that article about the tape formats. Well, I thought, since you've, of course, expressed a great interest in using the Video Toaster's animation capabilities, I thought you might want to know what tape formats are best for animation, and so forth. And I found that kind of interesting. I think High 8 and D2 are 2 very popular ones. I found out something interesting today, actually, just reading that Laser Views magazine I showed you there. They had a thing that was like a tour of a Laserdisc manufacturing plant. They were talking about it, and apparently master tapes that are transferred over to Laserdisc, master tapes are done on the D2 format. It's supposed to be the premium format tape, and that's where they get the master copies to make the Laserdisc master off of, that they make all the published copies off of, I guess you could say, all the pressed copies or whatever. I'm big into Laserdisc. There's a lot of Laserdiscs I want, actually. Speaking of Terminator 2, there's a special Terminator 2 boxed edition I want to get. I don't know, I think I mentioned it earlier. It has, it's a special limited numbered edition. It has Terminator 2, letterboxed, of course, and in the full featured format, half hour per side on each disc, but it allows you to do it, to watch it in slow motion, a frame at a time, reverse play at various speeds, forward play at various speeds, whatever. The long play hour per side discs don't allow you that feature yet. They're starting to come out with Laserdisc players, though, that offer more features for the long play discs. I also mentioned the edition of Aliens, which I purchased. Cost me 150 smackers, but it was worth every penny, I think, because this is definitely the definitive Aliens edition. Special widescreen collector's edition. Aliens. On the back. Let's see. New digitally master transfer supervised by James Cameron, the director, of course. Standard place CAV format for frame-by-frame analysis. Restored footage not included in the theatrical or televised version. There's almost, I think it's about 17 minutes of restored footage. Full color brochure including program notes, chapter listings, and viewer's guide to additional scenes. Exclusive collector's section including an interview with James Cameron, behind the scenes footage, production artwork from the collections of James Cameron, Ron Cobb, and Sid Mead. They're the production designers. Original visual effects storyboards and materials from the collections of Robert Skotak, Dennis Skotak, and Stan Winston. Visual designers, whatever. Rare production photographs, screenplay excerpts, annotated history of the production, and original advertising materials. It's quite the edition. Basically, that's the most complete edition of Aliens you can get anywhere. And that one sold so well, they've got a special boxed edition of the first Alien out now. Like the first movie. I want to get that. But especially I want to get the Terminator 2 one. Because I got the new digitally remastered version of the first Terminator on Laserdisc, which I think I showed you in the last video letter or whatever. And I would very much like to get the sequel, because I haven't seen that actually since we rented it a while ago. I think I told you about it, like, at the time. I mentioned that I had finally gotten around to seeing it, you know. Just figured you might like a bit of a change of scenery here. How you doing? Oh, in case you're wondering if I've heard about this, yes I have. I'm speaking, of course, of the much-hyped death of Superman. That's right. I'm sure you've heard all about it too. Oh, what's this in the back here? Oh, girl's phone number. Okay. I just got my camera's sitting on the tape case right now. I don't have a tripod handy, as you may have noticed. The camera jerking all over the place. Unfortunately, I'm broke at the moment, so I can't buy any copies of it. Quite the situation, eh? I intend to purchase, I don't know, somewhere between 20 and 30 copies of it, because I know it's a guaranteed investment, you know. There's no telling how much it's going to increase in price, but I mean, it's a guaranteed investment. It's guaranteed to increase in price to some degree, you know. I mean, even if it just goes up to like 20 bucks or whatever, I'll be happy, you know. Yeah, the only problem is I haven't seen it anywhere, you know. Like, it's the actual story where Superman dies is actually the last part of a 6-part story. Like, there's 6 actual issues spread over the various Superman series being published. It's a 6-part story, and in the final part, of course, is where Superman kicks it. Yeah. But apparently it's temporary. They're going to be bringing him back. The only reason they're doing it really is to boost sales a bit, because sales have been slipping a bit in Superman for the past couple of years or so. So perhaps the lack of new movies has something to do with that, you know. Well, the Superman movies were being made. I understand the comic was selling quite well. And they stopped making the movies, and now it's not selling anymore. So what do? Resort to drastic measures? They're going to kill him off. Well, I have the first part of the story. Doesn't do me much good, though. The most valuable one is, of course, going to be the one where he dies. So come payday, which is this Friday, I'll be getting a full paycheck, around 200 something. I'm going to go downtown and look around and see if I can find some copies of it. And in addition to that, I'm planning to purchase a Sega Genesis. I don't know if you've seen the ads or heard about it or not, but there's the new Sega CD coming out. I'm sure you've heard about it. Anyway, I really like the looks of it. I've read a lot of reviews, I get a lot of game magazines, and I've been reading about it, and it sounds pretty good. So I want to get one. You get a Sega Genesis for about 144 bucks here at Kmart. Comes with one controller, TV adapter, the unit itself, of course, and Sonic the Hedgehog. Additional controllers, 25 bucks, so no big deal. So I figure I'll get that, and then the big investment will be the Sega CD itself, like the CD drive. That's 400 bucks, and then cartridges or CDs. Actual CD games, I think, are about 60, 70 bucks. Yeah, but if I get that, I'll be sure to show you some clips of the games. There's 3 games in particular I want to get on CD. Thunderstorm, which is an adaptation of the Laserdisc game Cobra Command from a few years back, which I really liked and not many people heard about. I played it at Canada's Wonderland, actually, in the Crystal Arcade there. Another one called Night Trap, which is sort of a B-movie kind of thing, where a group of vampires is attacking a group of co-eds. They're sleeping over at this place, and you have to trap the vampires, basically. But it's supposed to be a lot of fun. Uses all live-action videotaped footage. And there's another one called Sewer Shark, which is sort of a post-apocalyptic, futuristic shoot-'em-up, once again, done with live-action video footage. So that should be quite interesting. I've seen some clips on, they have one commercial for it. I've seen it once on TV. I'm trying to get it on tape. Pretty slick stuff. Anyway, I think I'm almost out of tape. So I think this concludes this video letter. Oh yeah, I've started up System 8 again. I've got an ad on TV. Here's a look at it. Okay, you're just gonna have to wait I'm gonna have to wait a few minutes. The cable company I subscribe to here is called Greater Winnipeg Cable, and one of the services they offer is an ad channel. For $8.95 per week, you can have an ad on their ad channel. So I've started up System 8 Video Productions again. It's video productions this time as opposed to video services. Basically the same thing as last time, just converting photos to home video in the form of a video slideshow, except this time I'm going to be using the video toaster to provide like nice wipes between pictures and so forth to make it look really snappy. I charge $19.95, 25 cents each additional photo. Music, wipes, and titles all included free. So I'm hoping because it's close to Christmas, people will be interested in that, and I'll get some business and make some cash. I got one phone call actually the second day the ad was running, and but the person never showed up. Mindy and I blitzed the place cleaning it. She cleaned the living room basically. I was working on the kitchen. Notice the living room is quite clean. Just a few things on the floor. Those few things on the floor are really just from today. So anyway, I'm just going to wait for my ad to come back on the TV, and then I'll let you have a look at it. And then I'll come back just to say goodbye. Okay? Okay.